The South has risen again. So I have linked an article from the Daily Mail in the United Kingdom, which reveals that for the first time, maybe ever in U.S. history, the South's economy has overtaken that of the North. Specifically that of the Northeast, which is the Washington, New York, Boston corridor. The South's GDP in 2022, $4.6 trillion. The Northeast's GDP in that same time period, $4.4 trillion. And so we have the South's economy now preeminent, now overtaking the economy of the North. It's truly an incredible development, especially if you happen to talk with people online, especially people from the blue states who constantly say, well, our economy is bigger, we're richer than you, we're better than you, etc., etc. Well, not anymore. The South truly has overtaken the North economically, and there's three reasons for that. Number one, southern states have mostly conservative governments. You're not going to see the extreme woke politics in the South that you see in places like California and New York and even now the state of Michigan. And what I mean by extreme woke politics, I mean things like trying to put people in jail for quote unquote misgendering somebody else. That kind of stuff just does not fly in the South. And as such, it makes for a more stable society. You don't have to look over your shoulder and wonder, oh my gosh, will I go to prison for calling someone a he or a she today? You don't have to worry about that south of the Mason-Dixon. Reason number two, lower taxes, especially for businesses. If you want to do business anywhere in the United States, the southern states are by far the best bet for you. There's going to be a lot less regulation, a lot less red tape to have to cut through, and generally speaking, tax-wise, it's going to be extremely business-friendly for you in the South. And number three, the southern states still have respect for the creator. If you look at a lot of the social aspects of living in the South, of what it's like living in a southern state, there is still ample respect for the creator. There is respect for tradition. There's an appreciation for history itself, and a desire on the part of a lot of people in this region to learn and embrace the history. And generally speaking, in societies like that, you don't see these wild swings back and forth, these social upheavals that we witness in other regions that have just ignored or even discarded and erased their own history. So it's for these reasons and many more that the South is primed to widen this lead in the coming years and decades and move forward through the 21st century from a place of strength. Now, interestingly enough, one of the more popular catchphrases in the South that I've heard since I was a little boy was, "The South will rise again." And a lot of people thought, well, that means a bunch of guys with pickup trucks are going to get their AR-15s and start a revolution. And while that still may happen at some point in the future, what we're seeing now is the true rise of the South. Economically, the South has risen again. It has become a powerhouse on the North American continent. And based on what I'm seeing right now, that trend will only continue for the next several years and decades to come. This is Kevin Newsom from Texas saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.